Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Okay, so we're going to chant the most wonderful mantra, which was a secret in all the Vedas. Because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, we got this mantra. This is the mantra that comes out of Garuda Dev when he flaps his wings. This is the mantra that the gopis and Mother Yashoda, everyone chants in Vrindavana. So that's why this is called Golokera Premadana Harinama Sankirtana. This Harinam Sankirtan is directly from Goloka. Okay. So this powerful mantra meditation we are going to do. We are going to pray to the Lord. Oh Krishna, oh energy of Krishna, please engage me in your service. And we are going to chant each and every mantra, nama, very attentively. So I want one of you to be chanting this, and the rest will chant along with you on mute. Who's going to be that fortunate person who wants to chant today on unmute?
Can I do it, Mataji?
Yes, Divyansh.
So how much time do I have to do it again?
That's 21 times.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
You can do a little fast, okay? Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Did you finish 21?
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Divyansh. That was so nice. And everyone, when we chant together with focus and attention and a prayerful mood, we feel so blissful and peaceful, isn't it? So we are in chapter 13. So who can recite 13.8? So we were seeing these 4 shlokas. Today we will see the last one. But let's revise the first 4 shlokas. Who can chant the first shloka? Amanitvam.
Mataji, can I chant?
Yes, go ahead, Mishti. Is that Mishti?
No, Divyansh.
Divyansh. Yes, Divyansh, go ahead.
Amanitvam adham vitvam ahimsa santir ajavam acharyopasanam swacham stairam atma vinigraha.
Very good. Very good. Who can do the next verse?
Mataji, can I chant it?
Yes, Mishti.
Okay. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara eva cha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam.
Very good, Mishti. Okay, who can do the third one?
Mataji, can Shaurya do it?
Yes, Shaurya.
Asaktir anabhisvanga putradaragrahadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu.
Perfect, Shaurya. That was perfect. Okay, who can do the fourth one?
I can manage.
Yes, go ahead. Vikyat, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Mayi chanaya yo. Wait 1 second. Mayi chanaya yogena bhaktir avyabhicharini viviktadesha sevitvam aratir janasamsadi.
Perfect, Vikyat. Anybody else wants to recite any of these shlokas? Okay, so today we are going to do the last one in this. Let's learn the shloka. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam.
Adhyatma jnana nityatvam.
Perfect, Mishti. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam.
Adhyatma jnana nityatvam.
Adhyatma jnana nityatvam.
Adhyatma jnana nityatvam.
Good job, Mishti. Who can do the second line with me? Who can repeat?
Can I, Mataji?
Yes, Vikyat. Tattva jnanartha darshanam.
Tattva jnanartha darshanam
Tattvajnanartha-darshanam.
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 Perfect, Vikyat. Who can do the third line after me?
Can I sing, Mataji?
Yes. Etajnanam miti proktam.
Etagyanamiti proktam.
Etajnanam miti proktam.
Etagyanamiti proktam.
Etajnanam iti proktam.
Etagyanamiti proktam.
Good job, Prahlad. And who wants to do the third, fourth line with me?
Mataji, can I do?
Yes. Okay. Ajnanam yadatunyata.
Jnanam yadato nyata.
Good job. Ajnanam yadatunyata.
Jnanam yadato nyata.
Good job, Divyansh. Ajnanam yadatunyata.
Jnanam yadato nyata.
Okay. So the whole shloka now, who will recite? Who wants to recite after me?
Mataji, can Varun?
Yes, Varun. Adhyatmanyana nityatvam.
Adhyatmanyana nityatvam.
Tattvajnanartha darshanam.
Tattvajnanartha darshanam.
Etajnanam iti proktam.
Etagyanamiti proktam.
Ajnanam yadatonyata.
Ajnanam yadato nyata.
Good job, Varun. Okay, the last time, who wants to say the shloka was not said so far? I think everyone said. Okay, whoever wants to say the shloka?
Can I say it, Mataji?
Yes, Mishti.
Adhyatma jnana nityavam tattva jnanartha darshanam etaj jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yad ato nyata.
Good job, Mishti. Good job. Okay,
This is a
so
signal.
yes, but let's read the translation and then let's come to the slide. So Adya, we left the synonyms. Okay. Mishti, can you read the translation?
Okay, Mataji. Accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what are the two things that Krishna says in this shloka? That is knowledge.
Accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth.
Good job, Mishti. Okay. So accepting the importance of self-realization. What is self-realization?
Like realizing about the self and learning that this is we're the soul, not the body.
Wonderful. Yes. So we realize that we are not the body, we are the soul. And is it important to learn that? Or
Yes.
we can't even see the soul, right? So why is it important to learn about the soul? Prahlad, can you answer this question?
It's important to learn about the soul Because even if you can't see it, it will still pass away from your body.
Even if you can't see it, what did you say?
It will still go to another body.
It, not it, we. Right? Even if we don't see ourselves as a soul, we will still go to another body. And if we remain ignorant and we don't prepare for it, then it's a waste, right? So that's the most important thing that we have to prepare for. That's why he's saying this is important. Only if we know that chanting is important, reading Bhagavad Gita is important for me. I am the soul and I'm getting nourished by doing this. You'll be able to do it. Otherwise, your mom will say, oh, chant, chant, chant. And then you'll say, no, I can't. Right? So we have to understand how important it is. It's the most important thing that we need to do. Okay. What does absolute truth means?
The highest truth.
Conscious.
Highest truth. This can also be called supreme truth, right?
Yes.
But absolute truth is little different. Can you
The
check?
only truth. The only truth. The only and the highest truth. Like
The
the
only
best
and the
truth.
highest truth. Okay, that is right. Can you Google and see what does absolute mean?
It's the truth that of the Supreme Personality of God has.
Sorry?
It's the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes. So it is the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Basically, it doesn't change. There is no change in that. There is no restriction. There is no limitation like that. So that is absolute truth. Krishna never changes. Like we change the body. I am in a woman's body now. Don't know. I was in an animal body in the previous life. Then I would have been in a dog body. Then I would be barking, oof, 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 and I would have been eating dog stuff. Now I am in a human body. And if I don't use this human body for self-realization, again I could go to a cat body. And then I'll say, meow, meow, looking for milk, wagging the tail, sitting under the sofa, and spending the whole life like that. Right? We think what we are based on our body and we change the body, right? But Krishna is the absolute truth. Krishna, there is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's body. Krishna's body is completely spiritual and he never changes. That's why we need to do a philosophical search for the absolute truth. Means we need to understand through the philosophy. So he says, these I declare to be knowledge. And whatever besides that, what Krishna calls it as?
Ignorant.
Ignorance. Okay. So my another question is, are these two only knowledge?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh no, the other verses too.
Right. See, all the 5 verses, all these 5 verses that we discussed, finally Krishna saying, all this is knowledge. Apart from this, whatever is that is ignorance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want someone to read the first 3 lines, someone to read the next 3 lines, someone to read the next 3 lines. So 4 people we can divide and we can read this translation. Who goes first?
Can I, Mataji?
Yes, Vikyat.
Should I start?
Yes, start.
Okay. Humility, pridelessness, nonviolence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadfastness, self-control, renunciation of objects of sense gratification.
Thank you, Vikyat. Okay, who's going to continue?
Can I go, Mataji?
Yes, go ahead.
Absence of false ego, the perception of evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, who's going next?
Can I try, Mataji?
Yes, go ahead.
Even-mindedness and pleasant amid and unpleasant events, a constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, the detachment from the general mass of people and accepting the importance of self-realization and
Thank you.
philosophical.
Thank you, Prahlad. Okay, who's going to read the last 3 lines? Okay, let me read. And philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. So what I'm going to do next week is we will have a quiz. I'm going to, you just go through the synonyms of this, and I'm going to ask you Sanskrit, and you need to tell me English. Or if I ask you English, you need to tell me the Sanskrit. Okay? We'll have a short quiz like that before we move on to the next verses. Okay, everyone?
Okay, Mataji.
Okay. So let's see. What is constant and unalloyed devotion to me? Who's going to read this?
Can I, Mataji?
Yes, Vikya.
As far as self-realization is concerned, it is clearly stated here that Bhakti Yoga is especially practical. As soon as there is a question of devotion, one must consider the relationship between the Supreme Soul and the individual soul. The individual soul and the Supreme Soul cannot be one, at least not in the Bhakti conception, the devotional conception of life. This service of the individual soul to the Supreme Soul is eternal, nityam, as it is clearly stated. So bhakti or devotional service is eternal. One should be established in that philosophical, I can't see Mataji.
Oh, conviction.
Conviction.
Conviction. Okay. So you see, let me ask you questions in this. What is self-realization? Do you remember what, Mishti, you answered very nicely. What is self-realization is? What is that? Can you repeat your answer, Mishti?
Realizing the self and knowing that we're the soul, not the body.
Very good. That's one part. That's a basic part, that we are not this body, we are the soul. And the next level of it is, then who's the soul?
Can you say that one more time, Mataji?
So we know that we are not this body, we are soul, right? Then can you define who is the soul? What is the nature or identity of the soul?
Servant and cannot be one with the Supreme Soul.
The Supreme Lord.
Very good. So that's the ultimate self-realization is, I'm not this body, I am soul, and I am part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. So because I'm part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, I am a servant of him. So that is the devotional conception, right? Just like a hand is a part of the body, right? But hand, you see, for example, you read and write and do everything. The hand takes the food and puts it in the mouth. It goes to the stomach. The hand doesn't eat on its own. If you try to feed the hand through the nails, you put some food. Will the hand eat on its own? Will the ear is just hearing, oh, I'm seeing the recipe in the YouTube and then I'm making it. Ear's function is only hearing. But the ear decides that, oh, why everything should always go to the stomach? That's not fair. So I'm going to protest this. So I'm going to put foodstuff to me, myself. And try putting some food in your ears. What happens?
You won't be able to hear, your ear will be all blocked.
Right. Same thing with the nose, right? Same thing with the eyes. Eyes can't eat. So what is the meaning is all this is part and parcel of me, the body. Stomach is the central thing. Everything helps so that the food goes in the stomach. And then the food from the stomach is sent all over the body, converted into nourishment, right? So similarly, if we are part and parcel, that means our constitutional position is we are meant for serving the Supreme Lord, like how all the senses are meant for serving the stomach. But then what is the result of offering food to the stomach? The whole body get nourished. Similarly, what is the result of serving the Supreme Lord, who's the center of all existence? Every living entity in the society gets nourished, right? So that's why in the Bhakti conception, individual soul and the super soul are not the one. Individual soul is Atma and super soul is what?
The Paramatma?
Paramatma. Very good. And the devotional service that the individual soul is performing to the super soul is called Bhakti. And what do you mean by Bhakti is eternal? Can you explain that?
So what it means, Mataji, is that when we leave this body and we get a new body, we pick up on our path of devotional service where we left off on the previous body.
Very good. Yes, that's perfect, Vikyan. So the example is what? Gajendra, right? Gajendra, do you know the previous life of Gajendra? Divyansh, you have a question, Divyansh?
It's like what if it like I wouldn't, well, maybe it wouldn't be eternal because y'all don't like, if you did enough bhakti, wouldn't you also have to go to Godhead?
Yes. So what's your question? If you perform bhakti?
That if you perform bhakti, then you're probably not even going to reincarnate. You're just going to go to the supreme person. You're going to go to Godhead.
That's perfect. Yes, that's the goal. And suppose we don't go. We make mistake. We may commit offenses. The Lord may become displeased with us. And we are not 100% surrendered. So if we don't make it also, it is not a loss. We continue from where we left. Okay. Anyone knows who Gajendra was in his previous life?
King Indradyumna?
Is that Mishti?
Yes, Mataji.
Wonderful, Mishti. Can you tell me how he became a Gajendra then, the next life?
I don't remember the exact reason why he became Gajendra, but he was King Indradyumna. I'm pretty sure he's the one who carved, like, from him, like, he called Vishwakarma who carved Jagannath.
I'm not sure if that's the same Indradyumna.
It's a different one?
Yeah, it could be a different one. I haven't heard that this is the same Indradyumna as this, because this happened in
I
another.
I know the Indradyumna.
Yeah, this happened. The Gajendra story happened in another Manu's life, and King Indradyumna happened in maybe not. Yeah, maybe yes. This Manu only 72 yugas and only 28 is past. So it's this Manu and after the day of Brahma. So this happened in the heavenly planets in some other thing. So what happened was the King Indradyumna was meditating and he was almost close to perfection, and he was doing the vrata of being silent. At that time, Agastya Rishi came there, but he gave more importance to his vow and he did not give proper respect to Agastya Rishi. And you know why these rishis and munis are cursing? They are not like, they are keeping the cursing stick and always ready to curse. They are not like that. But they can see us inside out. They can see what we are inside the heart. How we can't see that we are proud. We can't see all this, but the rishis can see that. So Agastya Rishi saw that Indradyumna was proud. Little bit, but then how can he reach Krishna if he's proud? He can't reach Krishna if he's proud. So the rishis give him a benediction, basically a curse, but the curse is a benediction. So he cursed him. You think too much of yourself, so you go to a elephant body. So he became Gajendra. But in this life, when he was caught by the crocodile, Gajendra didn't learn any prayers as an elephant. But where did he learn the prayers?
In his previous birth, he had known these prayers.
Yes, in his previous birth as King Indradyumna, he learned the prayers. And that prayers, even when he became Gajendra in the body of an elephant, he did not forget. And it is said that the elephant chanted in his mind the glories of the Lord, and it reached the Lord so quickly that the Lord came on top of Garuda and rescued him. Okay, who's this story? Do you know the story? Somebody carrying the palanquin of the king. The king scolding this person for not carrying the palanquin. Jadbharat.
Rahaguna.
Yes, so Jadbharat first life, he was a king, right? And then the second life, what was he?
A deer.
A deer. Did he remember his previous life when he was a deer?
Yes.
Yes. And the third life, he was?
Son of a Brahman.
Yeah, son of a Brahman. And he was again called a Jadbharat. And so you see how Jadbharat is taking off from where he left as a king. Although he became a deer, the third life, he started from where he left in the life before life. So that is why bhakti is eternal. Like we are now reading Bhagavad Gita, we are all very fortunate because this will never erase from ourselves, the soul. This will stay with us. Okay, so that is what is Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. Means we need to understand how important is a self-realization, and we need to spend time willingly to do that. You should not spend time, oh, my mom is asking me to chant. I don't feel like chanting. I feel like reading a book, and then you're chanting, and then you're reading a book. No, it's not good. You will do that only when you don't realize the importance of self-realization. But if you know the importance of self-realization, then you will give yourself 100% enthusiastically. Yes, I will chant today because this chanting is going to come with me forever. Okay, so that is the first point. The second point is Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam, means philosophical search for the absolute truth. So what is philosophical search for the absolute truth? Who wants to read this? Prahlad, can you read the slide?
Okay. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, this is explained Vedanti that Tattva Vidas Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam. Those who are actually knowers of the absolute truth know that the self is realized in the three phases as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the last word in the realization of our absolute truth. Therefore, one should reach up to the platform of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus engage in devotional service of the Lord. This is the perfection of knowledge.
Yeah, did you see
Mom,
that? What are the three different phases of realization of absolute truth?
Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan.
Yeah, note this carefully. This is going to come in the Kahoot.
Mataji, I have a question.
Yes, Vikya.
It says those who are actually knowledge of the absolute truth know that the self. What does that mean, self?
Know that the self is realized in three different phases. Okay, so here the self means the supreme self.
Is this in the sense that we're like one in quality with the Lord?
No, this is the Supreme Lord, because an Atma, the Jivatma, we don't have Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. I think, let me check whether it's a typo. 1 minute.
I was just wondering why it said self instead of like Krishna.
That's a
No,
good question. That's a very good question. Let me quickly.
Because it's capitalized, it also means Krishna, right? Like if you
Yeah.
refer to God, you have a capital.
Yes,
It's
one
like
point.
when you see like absolute truth, that's also capitalized. So like yeah.
If we refer to God as Him, that's capitalized.
Yes, that's why it's called absolute truth. And here self, because it's capitalized, that's a wonderful observation, Mishti. So this is supreme self.
What does that mean, Mataji? What does supreme self mean?
Like soul and the supreme soul, right? The self is another word for soul.
Oh wow. Okay, Mat. Thank you, Mataji.
Like that, okay?
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Okay, I'm checking. Oh, no. Yeah, the self is realized. Yeah, here it is mentioned, Srila Prabhupada mentions it like that. In original Bhagavatam translation, he mentions as non-dual substance, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Oh, the self is a non-dual substance, Advayam. Okay, so that's why the supreme self is realized in three phrases, that is Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahman means he's present everywhere. He's omnipresent. He's omniscient. That's why when Prahalad Maharaj asked, when Hiranyakashipu asked, is he there in this pillar? Prahalad Maharaj said, yes, of course he is. Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha, Yeto Yami, Tato Narsimha. Everywhere he saw Krishna, Narsimhadev. So that is Brahman. Brahman is the aspect of the Lord who is omnipresent, omnipotent, and present in each and every atom. And Paramatma is
in the hearts of every living entity.
in the hearts of every living entity. And Bhagavan is
The Supreme
personality
God,
of
Krishna.
He's a personality. You can see with Krishna, you can play with Krishna, you can worship Krishna, you can touch Krishna. You can, he's a personality, he's a person, but he's a supreme person. That is Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is the last word. For example, Srila Prabhupada gives this example that if you see this mountain from very long distance, you will see only, okay, there's a hazy picture, there is like this. See, this mountain, it's very long from me. What we see is only a silhouette, or like, okay, there's a mountain there, a gray color. But when we come little close by, we can see that there are some green places, there are some rocks that are brown, there are some trees. So you can get an idea that mountain is greenish and brownish. But when we enter the mountain, what do we see?
The little details.
Yeah, you see there are plants, there are shrubs, there are creepers, there are trees, and then in the trees there are animals, there are birds, there are bees, all the details you see. So in which knowledge of the mountain is perfect?
The last one.
The last one. Why?
because you know it completely.
Exactly, right? When you go enter the mountain, you go in the mountain. Have you driven in the mountain? Sometimes you go long trip, you go to West Virginia, there's full of mountains you cross, depending on where you are. If you go to a mountainous state, then you see it's full of jungle and the forest, right? But from a distance, you don't see. So the first is a partial knowledge. The second is little more clear. Like you come near, then you see the greenish and brownish the part, but still you don't know what is this green. But when you go near it, that is a Bhagavan, then there is nothing else to be known. You know completely everything of the mountain. So similarly, Brahman is the first stage, Paramatma is the second stage, Bhagavan is the last stage. When we see Krishna face to face, and then we engage in the devotional service, there is nothing beyond that. So Krishna is telling these two are considered to be knowledge. So we have been practicing, we have been doing this, that from the beginning till the end, right? From humility we started learning, right? Amanitvam, Adambitvam. So beginning from practicing humility up to the point of realization of the supreme truth, the absolute truth, this process is just like a staircase, beginning from the ground floor and going to the top floor. So now some people may stay here in the first, some are here, some are there. Of course, everyone is going. The goal is to reach the top floor. But unless one reaches the top floor, which is the understanding of Krishna, he is at the lowest stage of knowledge, although everyone is in the path to Krishna. Okay? So that's what he says. So there are so many
Can
things
you
that
say that again, Mataji?
Sorry?
If you're not understanding Krishna, then you're lowest, even if you're on the path like chanting and reading and stuff.
Yeah, chanting and reading, you're doing bhakti yoga, you're still on the path, right? But there are some people who are only having humility and steadiness and honesty and whatever we learned before, right? This 19 aspects of knowledge. But if they don't know Krishna, then they're all in different steps. Somebody is in step 1, somebody is
So you can have all these qualities, but without bhakti, then all of them are not, like, they're lowest.
I want to give you an applause. Exactly, you're right. That's what this shloka says, and Prabhupada also says. Maicha Ananya Yogena. If that is the most important part of these 20 items of knowledge, right? So constant and unalloyed devotion to me. So that way it is complete. I'm going back. Okay, so like this, it starts with humility and then progresses. So in this, there is Brihad Bhagavatamrita story. We know this Gopakumar, right? It's a very simple, humble person. And then he is asking his guru with humility. He's serving his guru. Please tell me how can I progress? Then guru gives him a mantra. And with that mantra, he chants very attentively and sincerely with one pointed attention. So because he continues to render service to his guru by chanting the mantra that the guru has given him without fail, he passes from one stage to another. And finally, what happens? Gopakumar meets Krishna in the spiritual world. So as soon as Gopakumar comes, Krishna hugs him. Please come, like that. Do you all want to be in the embrace of Krishna?
Yes.
Everyone wants, right? Yeah. So for that, we just start with humility and then progress through this 20 items of knowledge. Okay, so that's it. Okay, let's do the Kahoot. So I'm just summarizing. So there are only 2 points in this. The verse is a concluding verse of the 4th chapter. The 5 verses. Accepting the importance of self-realization. and philosophical search for the absolute truth. So self-realization is very important. You may be studying, you may be in the 12th grade, or you may be running for an election, or you may be a president, but whoever you are, whatever your material condition is, the first important thing is self-realization, and that is through bhakti yoga you can do. And bhakti yoga boils down to again chanting. Not a day should go without doing chanting or anything towards self-realization, because we know that we are self, and that only came. See, King Indradyumna, when he was a king, he had palaces, he had queens, he had so much treasury, he had jewels. But did anything come with him when he became Gajendra?
No.
He had to leave everything, right? So, but then what came with him?
Bhakti.
His prayers, his worship of the Lord. So then we understand that this should be given the utmost importance. That's why it said that morning, as soon as you get up, first things first, you chant. When you're fresh and nice, you chant in the morning. Even when you're going very early in the morning, also try to get up little early and chant at least a few rounds. Start your day with chanting. Okay, then the next is philosophical search for the absolute truth. So we learned Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. How Bhagavan is the highest understanding of the Lord. There is nothing beyond, with the mountain example. So like this, Krishna says, all this I declare to be knowledge. Okay, so let's do the Kahoot.
Mataji, you have to go. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Do you guys want to play Kahoot or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How many are going to play?
Me.
If there's not that many people, maybe we can.
No. We can do. I'm just, encouraging you, please. It will not take much time. I have only like 8 questions. And then when you play, then you become more solidified, right? So we know. Oh.
Maybe because school started, everyone's like sleeping early or something.
I know.
So
Yeah,
I have a test, a big school test.
I'll be done in the next 5 minutes, okay?
Can you?
So let me share the screen. So the pin is 4776198.
Mataji, the screen stopped. Mataji, you're muted.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So we have 3 participants, Vikyat, Varun, and Vik. Oh, 3 people in V.
I'm Vic. I don't know who Vic Yap is.
Can you share your screen? I can't see your screen.
You cannot see my screen?
No, Mataji.
Really?
It just stopped sharing for some seconds.
But now also you're not able to see?
No, Mataji.
No.
Oh, it's important that you guys see the screen.
The Kahoot isn't loading for me. It's for my internet.
We can see it now.
Okay. So,
Who's Vic Yap?
Pray, Vikyat, and Vik.
I'm Vic. I don't know who Vic Yap is.
Only there are 3 people to play today.
Okay. No, there's 7 people at least. Wait. Oh yeah.
So Divyansh, do you want to join?
Loading for a second.
Divyansh?
It's loading for a little. Wait, it's gonna take some time.
Oh, okay. But you want to join, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, somebody. I think the other Vikyat left.
Yeah,
Like
I'm still
somebody-
in. Someone joined again.
Why does somebody keep leaving and joining?
Varun? Okay, Varun is there. Vic is there. Prahalad is there. Divyansh? Divyansh left? Yeah, Divyansh is there. Okay, then I think we can start.
Yeah, there's one student left.
Okay, so I think we can start, right? It's 13.12. So let's see. Service of the soul to super soul is?
Click circle.
Mataji, you can skip because there's someone who's just not answering, who's just randomly joined.
Oh, okay.
It's really
All
weird,
the-
but I don't.
All the 4 people.
Everybody's going to go to the podium no matter what.
Yes, that's right. Divyansh is in the first, Vikyat, Varun the Carrot, Pray, and Vikyat again. Okay, let's go to the next multi-select question. The 3 aspects of absolute truth are. It's a multi-select.
It's Jivatma. I think it's all of them. No, yeah, I think it's all of them. Oh no. Everybody click all of them.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I forgot
Okay.
to pick one.
So Vic is in the first place, and then Pray, Divyansh, and Varun. Okay, next one. Of all the principles of knowledge, dash is most important to Krishna.
That one was
Oh,
really easy.
wow, that was pretty close, everyone. So Vic, Pray, Varun, Divyansh. Okay, good job.
Who is this Vikyat person who isn't
All these
answering?
Krishna declares to be dash, and the rest is dash.
No, I think I thought I picked ignorance
Wow,
and knowledge.
everyone is doing really great. Good job. Amanitvam is?
Oh no. Oh yeah.
All 3 of you, except for 1 person. So,
I got it wrong.
okay, so the Amanitvam is humility. Okay, the 6th one, Saucham is?
I think it's all honesty and power.
Cleanliness. Saucham is cleanliness. That's right. So Divyansh goes first, and 4 of you are in the podium. Good job. So this is what you have to learn for the next class. Pick the odd one out. Means, what is the odd one? Oh, great.
The one that's not in the verse.
Yes, that's right. Vikyat, you're in the first place. That's wonderful. Okay. So the last question of the quiz is multi-select. 4 miseries of the material world are.
There's 4 options and there's only 4 things though.
I think it was a typo.
Wonderful. No, it was like a tricky question. Everything was an easy question. Divyansh is in the 3rd place. Prahalad is in the 2nd place. And Vikya is in the 1st place. Good job. Varun and Vikya are runners. Good job. Okay, kids. Thank you very much. It was really nice having you all. We'll meet again next Monday, okay? Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Closing the call.